Good morning, our people. Welcome to today's program. Today is January the 15th of 2022, and we are excited to have you here in Texas. It's very, very windy. I mean, we did not sleep last night. It was super, super windy. But as God will have it, nothing got damaged. We are doing well. So we thank God for his kindness, and we pray that he's extending the same kindness to you wherever you may find yourselves. So thank you so much. Please help us to share. We are not good with sharing our message. So be a good viewer, be a stakeholder, because we are all stakeholder in this, and help us to share, continue to share throughout the show. And then it's also nice for you to subscribe and like and follow and all these things that they do in social media. We're not so versed. But the idea is that when you subscribe and you like and you follow, they will be able to alert you. That's, yeah, if they do, they'll alert you when the new show comes up or when we post new information. So those things are vital in what we are doing because a lot of our people are still lacking in knowledge. So it is all our responsibilities to get this work done. As long as you want more for yourself, as long as you want more for the future generation, as long as you love humanity, we are all in this together and we have a role to play. So help us to share so that people can understand. My sister Equi will say, some people know what they are doing, but they don't know what is doing them. So that they can understand what is doing them. Because if we understand what is doing us, then we'll stop it and then move on to our destination. So thank you. My name is Mona Jim Saga, and I will allow my sister to introduce herself.
Thank you, Sister Mona. Thank you, our viewers. Yes, please help us to share, subscribe, like on YouTube. Hit the bell so that when we drop our video, you will be the first to be notified. My name is Dr. April Simon Okube. I live in Lexington, Kentucky. We're happy to see you again today. So please, before we move on, let's hear our food for thought. Is according to Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou is a poet and a social activist. Been working for her people. So America, this is the first coin they want to dedicate to celebrating American women and their contributions to American history. So these coins, she's honored with the 25 cent, 25 cent, it's a quarter, they call it here. So they're shipping out these coins now because they want to begin to celebrate their women. So she made a statement. She said, there are people who go through life burdened by ignorance
Hmm.
because they refuse to see. When they do not recognize the truth that they belong to the community and their community belongs to them, it is because they refuse to see. So things are in front of you. You are refusing to see them. And when you do not see them, you will not recognize what is in front of you. So this morning, we plead with our people, our listeners, those that will watch us later, those that are watching us now, please begin to see, receive your sight so that you can recognize things that are right there in front of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sister P. We are still sharing. Help us to share. We're going to use the first few minutes to share and allow others to come on. Some people like to watch this live. And even when we are playing our video, once we are done, I'm getting calls. People are like, I want to contribute. I'm like, we are not even on anymore. So help us to share so that people can come on live. So that if they have questions, then they can ask because we really have to go. Time is of essence. We have no more time to waste. The sooner we get this done, the sooner we can begin the real work because the real work is, building our nation, building our community, building ourselves, making ourselves, the pride of our nation. So here we are we are just weeding. We haven't even started planting yet. I don't even know if you're already in the forest weeding. So the earlier people understand this message, the better. And this is a very wonderful time because people are now asking questions. For so long, we were being deceived with fake, all kinds of stuff, noise making, loud radio outbursts. It was all there. But for some reason now, people are a little bit calm and they're like asking, what's next? What do we need to do? So help us to share so that people can come on board and understand where we're going and how we are going to get there. One of the things that we do on this show is to provide solutions to the issues at hand. We don't just come and lament like other people lament, or probably put it on God. God has to do, God. No. If America can go and take all the resources and be a colonizer and come back and still be a great nation, that means it's the process that works. They have to have rules and orders for things to work. So it's no longer okay for us to pray 20 days fasting, 1 million days fasting, and leave this for God. We need to do the work, my people. We need to do the work. And I know in my personal life, as I do the work, God does the rest. So please, let's begin the work. Help us to share, help us to subscribe, help us to follow. However way these social media are saying all these things, help us. We are not, at least I'm not well versed in that. So we have a wonderful topic today. Our topic says that your lack of planning has become an emergency. Our emergency. Your lack of planning has become our emergency, and we can feel this in every aspect of our lives. We can see now that we are in a dire situation and will not survive without an emergency intervention. So when we say that your lack of planning has become an emergency, we refer to the lack of well-researched and reasoned policy documents that will allow us to allocate the scarce resources effectively and take realistic decisions to achieve our goals. The good news is that we have the tools needed to perform this emergency intervention. Just like Maya Angelou did when she was seeing the struggle here in America. My sister we gave her the rightful honor, accolade. She did not play a victim in the face of adversity. Rather, she preferred solutions to the problems. But however, we cannot start without identifying how we got where we are today so that we can avoid repeating the same mistakes. Nigeria would have been in a better place today if not for people like Obasanjo. We know what Obasanjo has done to us. Onaba, Yanasa, Njo, everywhere. This Obasanjo man, who was born in March 5th of 1937, he ruled Nigeria from 1976 to 1979, 3 years as a military ruler, and later as a president from 1999 to 2007, giving him 8 years of BS. He was there when the caliphate imposed the fraudulent 1999 constitution. He helped them. He was there when the Sharia law took over 12 contiguous northern states. And in subsequent years, the man did not stop. He handpicked the next three useless, God, I don't even know what word to describe these so-called people, to rule us. Who then should be blamed for the sorry state in which Nigeria has found herself today? Who should we be holding accountable? The same group of people doing merry-go-round on us. And now we are so dizzy, we don't even know what is going on. Why are we waiting for the same people that created this problem to be part of the solution? We are still giving them credence. We are still calling them on podium to talk. We are still inviting them to be part of the solution provision. We are doing all these things, knowing that they are the problems, all of them. We have witnessed firsthand the emergency situation in Nigeria. We have witnessed firsthand the incompetency that we describe as Nigerian oligarchy has become, and we cannot wait till 2023 to fix this emergency. It's only in Africa that they will have emergency and nothing is done. They will be calling Jesus and doing fasting and praying for things to change. The list is ongoing. It goes on and on and on. Are we talking about the insecurity, the blood flow at Zamfara and the entire Nigeria? Are we talking about the joblessness of youth and the working class? Are we talking about the lack of infrastructure and basic amenities like electricity? Whoa, terrorism, and now cannibalism. There is a road called death traps that we have all over, taking the lives of our people on a daily basis. What about the double or triple digit inflation? My sister was lamenting how she bought rice for 50,000 before she went home. She came home 4 days later, the rice had topped 13,000. Very scary. Mind you, salary has not gone up. anarchy and total collapse of governance, massacre and butchering of citizens, blood everywhere. So now tell me, which of these should we wait another year for 2023 presidential election that is being tried? They're trying to conduct it from their graves. Even some of them look like they're already dead. They look like the things you will see in a Michael Jackson video. They will put on clothes and glasses and come out on national TV and tell us they want to govern us. Very sad. At a time when someone like Bernard Levy is briefing the US Congress on human rights and genocide going on in Nigeria, providing key information about those behind it. What did our politicians do? They are busy getting ready for 2023 election. Are we talking about their church leaders that captured our people in their cathedrals? Traditional rulers giving titles to criminals that bring in heads and body parts. I was talking about the social influencer that all they do is to make their private parts public parts nowadays. When African woman is endowed with everything beautiful, they are paying for breast, paying for butt, paying for this, as if that's going to solve half of our problems. It is sad. We know that that country is gone, a failed state called Nigeria. Like my brother Tony said, anyone who rejects the 1999 Constitution but is still preparing to go for another round of election is simply dishonest. But I will add that anyone who rejects the 1999 Constitution and wants us to go to another election does not mean well for us. So are we going to sit around when these stooges, we know they are stooges, we know they are no good men, we know they are criminals, we know they will never offer us things that will bring us prosperity. We know their capabilities. And we sit there and we watch the children of Lucifer climb over or climb on top of the horse while we sit on the ground and lament. No more lamentation. Like we said, we are going to show you guys the root cause or one of the root cause of these our problems. It starts with the Obasanjo, the one Naba, Nasa, Nanjo, everywhere. He is the culprit. Until we begin to identify his lights and his partners in crime, because they are all criminals as far as I'm concerned, we will be running in a circle. They will go home and bring dead people that are limping, that look like somebody did an eye surgery, very bad eye surgery on them. Or are we talking about the one that calls himself former governor of Abia State or Imo State, that we don't know if he finished even a Kenabo High School, coming to rule us while we watch and wait? So I'm going to pull up the first video and I'll allow my sister to add.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you so much. We cannot continue to educate our people, because playing victim is not what we will do. No, we will act right. We will do what we're supposed to do. We are responsible adults and we'll do what we're supposed to do. So this first video, our brother, is it Dr. Damages? Yeah, he did a good job trying to analyze this man called Obasanjo. On Obasanjo Benine, he spreads evil everywhere he goes. He is the father of corruption. He established the culture of corruption in Nigeria. So our brother, Dr. Damages, has inducted him into Corruption Hall of Shame. So watch and see. Are you ready, my sister?
Yes.
Okay, I'll come in when you finish.
We illustrate
Oops.
the real cost of corruption so that we all can understand it better and buy into the need to go beyond being outraged to become part of the agents for change. Damage Control is brought to you by MacArthur Foundation and CITAD. I am Dr. Damages.
Dr. Gandhi, is it okay to eat almonds every day?
Wow.
Nuts like walnuts and pistachios are super hard.
Corruption is not just about giving or taking money. Corruption is about not doing the right thing. And why are we corrupt? Because of lack of understanding. Because we do not understand that we don't need too much.
Now, if you want to understand what is really happening in Nigeria, look at the direction of the saliva coming out of the mouth of Olusegun Obasanjo. Watch.
Those of you who are in business, your business will have been better today if we have a competent and effective and performing government.
Since 1999, when Nigeria returned to democracy, this man, Olusegun Obasanjo, had the chance of a lifetime to reshape Nigeria into a great nation, but he failed.
My aim when I was in government was to create 50 Nigerian billionaires.
Your brothers and
Unfortunately,
sisters.
I failed. I created only 25.
Your criminal
After spending
members.
8 years in office, where he turned Nigerian politics into a culture of impunity, he wanted to extend his tenure, but he failed.
One of those who wanted to do the job came to me and said, "Sir, I like your job, but I cannot do it the way you are doing it."
Then, out of spite for his then vice president, Abubakar Atiku, the man he called a thief, he brought a sick Umaru Musa Yar'Adua from Katsina State to take over from himself.
Oh, the one that I know that, this one, before he gave the job, is stinkingly corrupt. Now, will I be able to defend myself before God and man?
When Yar'Adua died, Obasanjo shifted his support to the incompetent Goodluck Jonathan. Yeah.
Electing Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan as the president of Nigeria will enhance and strengthen our unity and democracy.
Now, when Jonathan failed to deliver, Obasanjo supported the incompetent Muhammadu Buhari to take over.
One of the good things about the incoming president is that it's not a green horn, but we all need to help them.
No, you must be an expert in incompetence to handpick 3 incompetent leaders in a row. This same Obasanjo, who spent $16 billion without making a dent on Nigeria's power supply, is once again acting like a teacher to Nigerians, ever ready to teach us nonsense. What did Obasanjo achieve in 8 years in office? When crude oil was selling at a high price, what did he achieve? Oh, he watched as 12 northern states established Sharia law. He said it will fizzle out. It ended up becoming the foundation of the Boko Haram insurgency that you see today. When telecommunication companies were begging to get into the most remote parts of the world, including war-torn countries like Liberia, Somalia, Congo, Obasanjo's claim to fame, or shame, was that he brought telecommunication companies into Nigeria. Clap for the man. Nonsense. Obasanjo gave them mouth-watering tax breaks and closed his eyes as they fleeced Nigerians, charging Nigerians an arm and a leg to get a SIM card, ordinary SIM card, during those few early days. In a TED Talk, Obasanjo's Minister for Finance, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, bragged about it. Yeah, watch. Yes, they were making a killing. Now, Ngo Baby bragged about how this South African telecommunication company made hundreds of millions of dollars in profit without paying any tax and moved their tenfold investment back to South Africa.
We are getting investments of about $1 billion a year in telecoms. And nobody knows, except a few smart people. The smartest one First to come in was the MTN company of South Africa.
Great job, Ngobebi. Great job. So much for bringing mobile phones to Nigeria, the largest market in Africa. When the phone companies took it to Somalia, to Liberia, and all the poor countries everywhere. Anyway, as for the cancellation of Nigeria's debt, Obasanjo has not been transparent about that deal. Over 10 years later, we don't know what happened, who got this and got that. Nobody knew, And he wonders why the government after him are not transparent. He wonders why they do not know the details of the money that Buhari is borrowing on behalf of Nigeria from China and from all over the world. Nobody knows why. They're following the tradition. On corruption, Obasanjo was the first president to use the EFCC to achieve his personal goals, which was usually going after his enemies. Anybody who disagrees with him. Under Obasanjo, the federal government induced lawmakers, state lawmakers, and flew them out of their states to impeach governors that Obasanjo did not like. He did the same thing with Senate presidents and speakers of the House of Representatives. He did not set up different arms of government to succeed, irrespective of who was the president. No. Now, he wonders why ICPC, EFCC, and all those agencies are not functioning well. He wonders. From 1999 to 2007, while Obasanjo was president, characters like Abubakar Atiku, his then vice president, Bola Tinubu, the governor of Lagos State, Ojuzo Kalu, the governor of Abia State, Alamesi, God bless his soul, the governor of Bayelsa State, Bukola Saraki, the governor of Kwara State, and so many others, all mastered the act of stealing money, in some cases, hiding it beyond the reach of the naked eye. Yes, that pattern has continued to this day. On a personal level, Obasanjo as president secured shares, millions of shares in Transcorp, a government-supported monopoly that was grabbing government assets for pennies. Yes. Listen.
Madam, with all due respect, you are probably one of them.
Yes. He used his children's wedding as a vehicle to receive gifts from government contractors and corrupt officials. Obasanjo also used the launching of his presidential library to extort money from corrupt businessmen and politicians, thereby establishing a culture of corruption and a swaying in conflict of interest that we see everywhere today in Nigeria. Listen to former Governor Fayose talking about how much money he gave Obasanjo's library. Watch.
My 10 million naira is part of the salary. We were made to pay 10 million naira almost in 2005. And I'm waiting to you. It's not that money.
See, Obasanjo used the military as his personal army. He sent them out to Odi to kill civilians in the thousands. The same thing happened in Benue and so many other places. Take a look at the headlines. At the slightest opportunity, the military went into towns, leveled villages to cause havoc. Now, Obasanjo wonders why is this thing going on? In the history of Nigeria, nobody has had the distinctive opportunity to place Nigeria on a strong footing as Obasanjo. He had the opportunity twice, and twice he failed spectacularly. Yes, for being the architect of the poor democracy that Nigeria practices today, for establishing the institutional corruption that has continued to feed personal corruption, we induct Olusegun Obasanjo into the Corruption Hall of Shame.
All right, we posted this video in its entirety on our Facebook page so that you can understand. Some people keep asking, why you guys are on the thing talking, my brother? We addressed this yesterday, and it's sad that my sister was saying when you come late to class, you want the teacher to stop teaching and start lecturing you when you've missed half of the lecture. I'll let her address it. Sister, go ahead.
There is a height of impunity. And we have told people that come to our world to start saying these things to stop. Because we're here to educate our people. If you were at the beginning, you hear when we said that people are not seeing things that are before them. And these things need to be explained to them. This is not the work we're doing. There's much work underground. If you don't develop your brain, if your brain is not liberated, you will not liberate anyone. So what we do here every Saturday is to liberate your mind, your brain, so that you know where we're going and what is going to happen. Now, people that did not know this Obasanjo, I want to give you a brief history of other things that he had done even before you were born. You see, this Obasanjo is very cunning and tricky. He's a tricky old man. Unfortunately, our people mistake being cunning for being smart and intelligent until it backfires on them. Obasanjo was used to trick our people to surrender, the Biafrans, for them to surrender, with the promise of the 3 R's policy, that reconciliation, reconstruction, and rehabilitation, which they never implemented. And you see, the current institutionalization of Fulani stronghold is one of their gains after that war. Apart from Fulanis, there are other people that gained from that war. Remember when one of the British PMs said, he spoke about the money that Gowon transferred to Britain after the war. Remember Bakassi that was ceded to Cameroon. Also remember the issue of abandoned properties in Port Harcourt. People are still living in those properties today. They gained from the war. Now, some ministers, governors, ambassadors, political appointees, they are often from families that played one role or the other for the Nigerian state.
Case in point, Governor Umahi, right?
Exactly, Governor Umahi. You know, his brother did some dirty job for Nigeria. So that's why they rewarded him with governorship, and now they want to make him president. So these people know what they're doing. These people, they pick the people that did something against their people, that sold their people, their lands, and are still selling the lands and betraying their people. They pick them up. And as they do that, our blood is flowing. Like former president's wife, Goodluck's wife, Patience. He said, this blood that you're sharing, there is God. The blood is still flowing. Since then, it's still flowing. And people are making blood money from it. So you see, Obasanjo helped to lay the foundation of corruption in Nigeria. When you hear Obasanjo boys and girls singing praises for him, they know what they're doing because he built them.
Yep, paying homage.
Exactly. You hear them, you hear him saying, oh, he made 25 millionaires. From where? From what? Yes, he shared Nigerian money to his boys and girls so that they will remain loyal to him for life, as he does all the evil that he will do in Nigeria. How about building infrastructure and setting up a nation in such a way that we don't need to start creating millionaires, but we create citizens capable of attaining their goals in life, whether they're millionaires or not. You do not need to become a millionaire to be comfortable in a working country. But a sick, mentally ill old man is here bragging about making 25 people millionaires in a country that has become the poverty capital of the world, despite the huge deposits of oil and gas. Not to mention other solid minerals littered everywhere in the country. Over 80% of our people cannot boast of 3 square meals a day.
Yeah, how about 2?
And somebody is bragging about making 25 people. 25 people. I didn't say 25,000. 25 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 25 millionaires. From the wealth meant for the people to build infrastructures that people will get jobs, youths will get jobs, there will be business, there will be everything booming. The country will move forward. This mentally ill man has refused to let us alone, to leave us alone. Him and his boys and girls are everywhere making noise. Some want to come and run. Is it Tony Lumelu or whatever he calls himself? These are Obasanjo boys.
Yeah.
Boys and girls.
Made.
Yes, men. Are they even men? They are boys, my dear.
Boy Scouts.
Yeah. They have held this nation ransom and has refused to let us go. You remember the case of Abuja? You know Abuja, that Abuja that you hear about was taken from baggy people without compensation. I heard Dr. Obasanjo that the 2.5 billion meant for the compensation of that land, that Obasanjo mismanaged it and gave it to his boys and girls. Remember Queen Amina? Because we will tell you these things so that you go and study. Queen Amina of Zaria was a baggy woman. She established the Zazu kingdom, now called Zaria, which the Fulanis took over in 1804 and chased the baggy people into forest. So we are telling you the basis of all this crisis that you're seeing everywhere. Everywhere Obasanjo went, he bastard Njo, he spread evil everywhere. Anything, some people say that anything Buhari touches becomes bad and dies and corrupt. Yes, the same thing with Obasanjo. He goes, and I will say that sometimes their names give us clue. In Igbo, he said Obasanjo, that he spreads evil everywhere.
Yeah.
And he has lived. He has lived to his name, up to his name. Samuna will show us another video because our people were saying, how did we get here? Those that can ask questions are asking questions. How did we get here? And how do we come out of here? So we'll lay the foundation, tell you the problems, and then we'll tell you the people that cannot help us. So that you see them as they come, saying one thing or the other, promising one thing or the other. You will know that this one is not going to help us. So this video, you're going to see our dear politicians. No, they are boys because they use thugs to do these things. Distributing Tinubu's credit card, recharge card in markets. And people are collecting. You have seen the beans, Tinubu rice. It's his own now. All the money they stole, they will use it to come and bribe you to vote for them. My people say, na nwata na-ata akara na-ata ego ya. Yeah, they gave you school fees to go and pay school fees. No, you use the money to buy akara beans cake. You are eating your money, you're eating your destiny. So if you're there collecting beans, rice, a recharge card from them, here goes this money for your school, money for your hospitals, money for building your roads, money for the infrastructure. That's what you're eating. So continue to eat. Continue to eat your destiny in your mouth. And tomorrow you start crying. Hey, what can we do? What can we do? You are part of your downfall. Sister Mona, please go ahead.
Yes, now no, hold it now. 500. They tell you, Sarah, I love you. Electron. Tinubu remain, I love you. Just can't see who Egba. Egba, I love you. Network is free. It's just no, I can't get my network. It's just any network, Egba. Now free 500, 200, and do that. Yeah, free. That's free, yeah.
All right.
Right there, you have, because we like showing you evidence, we like showing you so that you will not say they say. You can see it. These politicians are not patriots at all. They cannot help us. You see what is going on? These people, they know what is going on. They are seeing it. But the best thing they can think of now is for us to go and continue to conduct election under this Fulani British structure that has not worked for us for over 100 years. These politicians are reckless are irresponsible. Are you calling me? Is this hooked? So, Muna, is it frozen?
No, I can hear you.
Okay. So that you see, they are reckless. These politicians are reckless. They are very irresponsible. What they're doing now shows that they're the real enemies of the people. They have been betraying us while serving the Fulanis. They share towards money meant for building hospitals. And then they travel abroad for treatment when they are sick. Why my people die? Just from simple ailments. They cannot help you. The current politicians cannot help you because they benefit from the system their grandfather of corruption.
It's their business, so we cannot tell them to shut it down, right? We have to compel them to shut it down. So they are the same way you're selling your tomato every day, you go and sell your akara. This politicking is how they pay their rent. It's how they pay their concubines. It's how they pay for the extra houses all over the universe. It's how they pay for everything. So you see that it's not something that you have to sit around and do nothing. And we have told you guys time without number that is the height of irresponsibility for anyone at all. Call it men, women, children, sitting around and do not know what is going on in their land. Or some of them will claim, oh, I don't want to get into politics, so I'm not a politician. You have to recognize that every decision these criminals will take will impact you one way or the other. So you see, you have no choice than to understand the process. You have no choice than to make sure that good men and women are there representing you. Because if not, if you allow the criminals to represent you, they will be conducting criminal activities on your behalf. And there's nothing you can do about it. At the end of the day, they will thank you for a job well done with a 500 Naira recharge card. And you can cry from here to tomorrow. You can cry from here to eternity. You can pray all you want, 100 days fasting, 1 million days fasting, Jesus Christ of Nazareth fasting. You ain't going nowhere. You will be suffering. And then if worse, your 20-year-old that's supposed to be in college will go and start eating body parts or selling them. Because this boy's brain is so hot, he needs to be developing science and technology, and you guys trap them in a nation that does not move forward, and you expect them not to eat your body. Right now, they're eating the bodies of their girlfriends. Soon it will be your body and maybe the body of your children. Those of you sitting there. If you do not channel this intelligent boys and girls' brain to something that is tangible, something that is structured, something that can help humanity, they will use it for evil. And that's why you will see them on TV every day. Hey, this one here, 20-year-old, cut an eye, cut a nose. But you guys saw when that 20-year-old was feeling hopeless and nobody did nothing about it. We are busy collecting 1 Naira card from Mr. Tinubu. We are busy promoting Orji Uzor. Oh yeah, please run, Igbo presidency. Now you, if not you, your God sent to God punish all of you. May God punish all of you. I'll go ahead and play the next video as we continue to narrate what these useless legislators, they will never do anything good for you. They are running their businesses. So we must compel them to stop that business, especially when they're running it on behalf of the citizens. We are saying no more. Do not conduct any more businesses on our behalf. We are done.
The most important thing and the most shocking thing is that Nigerian people seems to be very scared. If you want change, if you want to move from point A to point B, you must leave your comfort zone. It is because President Muhammad Buhari and the National Assembly feel they have conquered the Nigerian people. That is why the president and the parliament is now dishing out all sorts of political and economic abracadabra, because they know the people cannot do anything. You want good governance? You don't want to march on the street. You don't want to stand and speak for what you believe would be right for you, your generation, your children, and everybody. How did the parliament in less than 1 hour, shocked the whole world and approved $22.7 billion in foreign loan. And on the same day, approved $5.5 billion in foreign loan for President Mohamed Buhari. And let me say this very clear. This proposal for $22.7 billion was brought under Bukola Saraki and Dogora leadership of the parliament. They asked government for details of this borrowing plan, including the project, how viable are they? The president couldn't meet up with the demands of the parliament. It was rejected. And now they have brought in Ahmed Lawan. Just like we always say, that they brought them in to act as political hallelujah boys. If not, tell me the reason why Nigerians were waiting to see the Senate, discuss robustly the issue of borrowing $5.5 billion. Only for Nigerians to wake up and now see that they have smuggled in $22.7 billion so that Nigerian people will not know. Before you know, they said they have approved it. In less than 1 hour, both the Senate and the reps. And this recklessness is so painful in the sense that this is a government that is going about borrowing money, junketing from one street in China to IMF boardroom, asking for loans. Now, when you borrow $22.7 billion, it is shocking that inside that borrowing plan, $500 million will go to renovation of NTA. What kind of rascality is that? You say you don't have money. You say the republic is broke. We're facing a health and economic problem, and then you go and borrow money that you don't even have the resources to repay back, and then you waste it on repairing NTA that is not commercially viable because they earn only government views. And not only that, you're going to spend part of those money on so-called digitalization of data of EFCC and the National Identity Management Commission with over 70 billion. Is this what Nigeria needs at this particular moment? And then the painful part of it to show you that the parliament has been highly compromised politically. The parliament is getting 27 billion naira to renovate the National Assembly. Ask me, you reduce the budget of health in this period of health emergency. You can see how the government is thinking. You need to understand how Buhari and the Senate and Rep people are thinking. You reduce the budget of the health ministry, which is very important at this particular moment that we have health emergency. When you reduce the budget of health, what did you do? You allow the Senate to go and take 27 billion naira to go and renovate the chambers of the National Assembly. Of what use is that? Has the place decayed? The place is still very strong, and they have a yearly maintenance fee that they have been spending in the last 10-15 years. So you can see that the president does not understand the reality on the ground. He is still on an economic reckless spending. Because if the president is not reckless in terms of spending, there will be no justification to be begging for loans on the street of China and boardroom of IMF, only for you to get the loan in this time of hardship. And you take 200 billion to repay NTA. And then you take over 70 billion to match the data of EFCC and the National Identity Management Commission. Then you take 27 billion and give Ahmed Lawan and Femi Gbajabiamila for them to repay the National Assembly. So you can see that it was because the president allowed the parliament to get away with a frivolous 27 billion renovation of National Assembly that the parliament in less than 1 hour approved a reckless borrowing plan. Not to talk about the fact that we are in court over this borrowing plan. Tomorrow the court is supposed to start hearing on this matter. They rushed yesterday to say they have approved it. And then in that approval, there is lopsidedness in the loan itself. You have a loan that is over 11-12 trillion, and most parts of the country, especially the southeast and part of northeast, was not captured. And these are the things that breed the disunity and the lack of national cohesion. When you make divisive action, this loan is going to be paid by generation yet unborn, and you exclude other parts of the country arrogantly, and then go ahead because you have a group of parliamentarians who see themselves as political errand boys, whose job it is to serve dinner on the table of the executive. And I want to tell you this: Nigerians have already accepted that the President Mohamed Buhari does not have the capacity to run the country. That one is not in doubt. But now, what about the Senate and the Rep? When did Ahmed Lawan and when the lawmakers allow Ahmed Lawan and Femi Gbajabiamila to reduce the once vibrant National Assembly? Is this not the National Assembly for the likes of Okadibo, Kenan Namani, the likes of Galina Abba, the likes of Aminu Tambo and the likes of Bankole? How did they reduce the House of Rep to become a House of Hallelujah? Whereby anything the president have, concocted in his dreams, they approve it. This parliament has.
When you hear him, the way he's talking, You think that if you put solution on the table, that he will embrace it. These are all
he didn't get his cut, so he's
exactly.
losing his mind.
That's what is spending him. These are all criminals. They are all reckless. All of them. PDP, APC, all of them. What they want is, let it be my turn so that I can eat, so that I can squander. They are all reckless and irresponsible. So, but when we're playing this video is for you to know that they are aware of what is going on, that they are aware of the rot, that they are aware of all the evil going on. But will they be part of the solution? No. That's what we tell you, because some people sometimes hear videos making round. Oh, where is the National Assembly? Let National Assembly change the constitution. How can the people that are benefiting from a system help you to pull it down? Did you hear the amount of money this man is mentioning? So how do you think the National Assembly will be part of your solution? They cannot change our constitution. National Assembly, it is not their right. They do not have the mandate to change the constitution. The constitution is made by the people. It is the people that will change the constitution, but there is a process. That process is not for you to be jumping around and carrying placard. That is just for mobilization and sensitization. So they cannot help us. We'll give you an example. The so-called Igbo leaders and the elites, the politicians from Igbo section, they have failed to plan for a day like this, when the Fulani Caliphate will take over all the instruments of governance, and they be at their mercy.
Yep.
It's not that they didn't
working on their roadmap.
Exactly. It's not that they didn't hear. Exactly. Because we have told the people on this platform that Ninas, we have our roadmap that we are working with. Fulanis have their roadmap that they've been working with for 200 years. When you see Buhari doing what he's doing, he is following the roadmap of his forefathers. And they have been working on it for years. That's why they're not listening to what you say. And we have said that your lack of plan has become our emergency. We, the indigenous people that have been killed, and we are here to do the right thing. And we have a roadmap. We have a scheme. We have the things we are working on. For those that are saying, oh, you are on social media, we are here. Notice, this is not where the work is being done. Here is to educate you of what is being done so that you'll be part of the work. So as we're saying, the Igbo leaders, the Igbo politicians, fail to plan for a day like this. That is why their only political plan is to go and disgrace themselves at Abuja, begging their captor to release their noise-making troublesome son, who speaks without his brain, forgetting that there is Fulani 1999 constitution that has given an uncontrolled power to President Buhari. In the minds of these politicians, these Igbo politicians, they too want to play adult political game, like the Jaws, who actually have something that Nigeria and Britain need. You see, you have to get something in your hand to use to negotiate. Igbo leaders, Igbo politicians, you have nothing. You are just making noise. What is your negotiating power? What do you have in your hands to use to negotiate? Or did you not learn?
They have a bond.
Exactly. For you to approach the negotiating table, you need power, which you have built over time. But your lack of plan will not allow you to have a negotiating power, just like the Jaws. However, the Lower Niger Congress built a negotiating power over time. It is called the power of alliance. They are part of the Ninas. And it took them 21 years to build this power. You know, when war breaks out, it's only those that are combatant ready, that are ready to prevail. So we are now in a hurry to use that power that we built. Can you remove yourself from the way? Because you have become like 5 foolish virgins that missed the wedding for lack of preparedness. You refuse to be prepared. That's why you lose. Be part of the wedding. All the Igbo leaders, all you can do now, because you did not plan, is to beg. Today you will beg for presidency. Tomorrow you will beg for them to release your vagabond prodigal son. You have no plan.
Nope.
You have not built any power of negotiation. So can you stop disgracing yourselves? However, Lower Niger Congress, whose Secretary General is Tony Nadi, he has built a negotiating power. Can you allow him and his group and his team to negotiate for us so that we get out of this trap? Can you stop your noise and distraction? We are addressing the Igbo elites, the so-called politicians from the Igbo part of this jungle called Nigeria. We'll play another video for you. We're trying to tell you the people that will not help us. However, like we said, we are now at emergency. There's emergency on the table. Our people have been reduced to scavengers. This video that my sister is about to play will give you an idea of what will happen in the days ahead. Because when you make the people to be hungry, then you get what it is. Please go ahead.
It's Adamawa State Custom Office. The Nigerian Custom Office has been stormed. The masses are breaking virtually everything. Packing some food items. Packing consumable and non-consumable materials. Very bad, it's very bad. It's uncalled for. They should have just gone for food and leave other things. As you can see what's happening up there, the youth are breaking so many things there.
All right, I know a lot of you have seen this video. We just want to tell these politicians the things that are yet to come. If they continue in this manner, people will have no choice. It is what it is. When you leave our young ones without hope, because it's only hope that will make you work hard. It's hope that will make you stay up all night, study with candle, study with lantern, while mosquito is biting you, sitting in one cupboard somewhere for 5 years and saying, okay, when I'm done with this, season, because it's only for a season, 5 years that I have hope for this. Then when you leave our children with no hope, you leave them no choice than to eat body parts. You leave them no choice than to kidnap you after a wakekeeping. You leave them no choice than to come and kill the guy that you bring from over another state to come and build your house in the village. You leave them no choice than to be, what is the word? To attack you. And we're saying there is a solution for all of this. The so-called current leaders or elites or politicians, they have failed us and they have failed us woefully. And that's why we're here to educate our people, because if we understand what we need to do, we have no business with these people. They can't even run a wife and a household. They can't even run their wives and 2 kids. Most of them are divorced or they are doing some diabolical things here and there in order to be in the positions that they are in. But if the masses understand what we need to get where we're going, especially the church, the so-called churches that trapped our people in their cathedrals every Wednesday, midweek service, Sunday service, Saturday service, we were all victims. I was. I remember when I used to go to January, I don't even know what it's called anymore. These people will have you be running from work. While you are work, you're running to go to the deliverance service. You are rushing to go to the daycare to pick up the kids because the daycare will close at 7. Your husband is calling, where are you? Are we eating dinner? And you will come back home after praying at their so-called revival to come and fight your husband. All these things are part of strategies. It's not enough that they have captured our people back home. They went and captured our brothers and sisters back home, kept them in the church. They will even compel them to give their first car that they bought in America to their pastors. They will give all their resources to the pastors. They will do all manner of stuff to their pastors, all in the name for prosperity to come. Pastors will leave the location where the money was donated and go in their respective towns to build the cathedral or the fancy colleges that they want to build. And you would think by now, after 20-something years, they will say, oh, that's enough. We have built all the fancy schools in our villages and in our states. Can we build some in the area where this money is coming from? Because we all know where this money is coming from. 80% of each church that you see in that contraption, even here in the US, is by the same group of people that are trapped in there, the same group of people that whenever they hear God, they will lose their mind because they are God-fearing. They have used us. No mercy. They are not thinking to say, oh, let's go now. We build our own school. Let's go now to the place where these churches are located to build some type of school and help the community. No. You see, they are in business. They don't care about you. They don't care for the fact that they will set up 100-day fasting, have you running from work to their services and abandoning your children and your husband only for you to come home and have a husband who is no longer interested. Because every time he turns around for 100 days, this group of criminals writing books, writing CDs, and clean got the service. As you're going to the service, you're buying the same kind of book because they rewrite it and put their names on it. You are buying books, you are buying CD, somebody is opening song, somebody is opening book, somebody is celebrating this one. My dear, pulling you in all sides. And you lose control of what is important to your family, your first family, your husband and your children, your community. They have trapped us. They have dealt with us. They are not willing, and then on top of that, they are non-repentant. They are not willing to let us go because we are their source of income. We are the fuel that fuels their jet. We are the one that drives their riches, their bank account. Do you see why they will never let you go? Because the more you don't know what is doing you, like my sister is saying, the more they will keep you entrapped and point to your mothers and have you knock down all the houses, all the old houses in your village because it's supposed to be evil. Your forefathers are evil, but their own forefathers are not evil. They have done all matter of sorts to us, especially those of us that call themselves children of God. That we are asking that if we receive sense, cleanse our mind, stop the brainwashing, put these pastors that will not preach our liberation, that will not preach the things that will bring us that freedom that Christ said that he came to give us freedom abundantly. These people gave us enslavement abundantly. Trapped in their churches, Monday through Friday, collecting money, collecting resources, causing problems in families. 99% of those women in churches, none of them are speaking to their husband. They didn't even tell their husband they're going to midweek service because they're telling themselves they're doing the good thing. I'm going to praise God. When you get there, the same money you just got from work, they will make you use it to buy book. They will devise a way for you to, here in America, they will devise a way for you to put credit card online. Every 2 weeks, every week, it's reoccurring charges. That's what it's called. Reoccurring charges without you knowing, because when you put credit card there, you're not following. You're not thinking until at the end of the month, when you get it, you'll be like, oh my God, this amount of money. They will be swiping and you will be paying. And it's not that this is such a bad thing to give to God, but we are giving to criminals. That's what we want you guys to understand.
Exactly.
You are better off giving to Mama Nkechi, Mama Oluwa, Mama Amina that is hungry down the street from you. That if you get that your so-called percent, 10%, since you're a giver, give it to the hungry people around you, not to those criminals that wear up and down white suit looking. They even look devilish in their look. They don't even represent anything Christ-like. that we can use it to help our neighbors. Stop giving to these people their fake olive oil. It will not save you. It's the 1999 Constitution that is holding you down. Nothing more, nothing less. That's why great countries like America can sit here. The process will work even when you're sleeping. I don't have to be awake for the process to work. While I'm sleeping, if you commit crime, boom, you will be gone. If you do the wrong thing, you will be gone. If you study and take the board, you will get a job. If you get a job, you will get salary. If you get salary, you will get retirement. When you retire, you get, it's process, y'all. It's process. It's not Bible. Don't let Mbaka that doesn't know anything hold you hostage in his church. Mbaka that have lied and lied and lied, or the one that does a barakata, but that I don't know if he's buying bleaching cream every weekend. Can't you guys get it? That if we have process in place, all this madness will stop. Our energy will focus on working hard like we do here in America. Time is money. Time is money. We can no longer afford to avoid the process, because we in Africa, we like to cheat. You will see somebody that doesn't know chemical reaction, all of a sudden they are chemists, because everybody wants to cheat and then jump to the front. You see someone that doesn't know surgery, all of a sudden now they are doing a consultant. Changing, spoiling everything back and forth. Can we follow the process so that when we speak from a point of expertise? Let's get this thing done, people. It's not complicated. Get rid of anyone that is not preaching to end this mad constitution that gave one group of people power over us. Don't let them deceive you with charge card. Don't let them deceive you with a bag of rice. Don't let them deceive you with bag of beans. We cannot sell the future of our children with bag of beans, bag of rice, bag of tomato, olive oil, engine oil. We cannot continue to go to these churches that saw what is. They can't even speak up. They can't even speak up and say this is evil. They are afraid of calling Buhari because Buhari is their homie. They are homie together. They see each other at the golf course and they talk about how much money they have gotten from those idiots that parked at the church every Sunday. Sister, please go ahead. I'm so.
Okay, yes, we are saying that you be part of this thing. We cannot be here. For those that are asking, where is Tony Nadi? Where is Dinas? We cannot be here working while you are going in that church to give them all your money, all your tithes, and they expect us to work and get you your freedom very fast like this. We will work because the work we are doing does not depend on you. It does not depend whether you join or you don't join. We are here to do the job. But you know what? If you are part of the process, it will be faster because you will help to stop the politicians. You will help to stop the pastors. You will help to stop the traditional rulers. You can help to stop the social influencers that are eating your cake for nothing. You need to be part of this. In the new society that we're about to build, that we are trying to build, that we are hoping to build for the Nigerian people, in the Nigerian space, in Africa, we need everyone's full participation. Women, men, children, blind, crippled, name it. Everybody is important. For instance, we cannot be talking about freedom and liberation without putting the women being liberated in what we're saying. A liberated woman will serve her family and her community, her nation, and the world better. But subjugation of women is another form of colonization. You cannot be speaking of self-determination of Africa without also making space for African women to attain their full potential. That has always been the problem in Africa. Africa is a place where men think that women need their permission to shine. No, we are not begging. African women, they have come of age, and she is ready to take her position in the total liberation of our people and children. We are not waiting for men to get it right. We are not waiting for politicians to get it right. We are not waiting for church leaders to get it right. We are here because this is emergency. The next video we're going to show you, is emergency. These evil people are upon us. And the mistake you people keep making is that you think that Buhari and Gumi is different from these people that we're about to show you. These are their agents. So I don't know the election you want to conduct with them. And this is why we are calling on our women to arise. Arise and do the right thing. Waiting for the men is not the right thing. This is emergency. We have been hijacked. We are in a hijacked plane. It's either we do the right thing or we all be destroyed. We need to arise. The women need to arise. Stop robbing pancake, selling your bodies, doing this. That's not what will get us where we're going. Ninas does not need the approval and validation of Fulani and Caliphate to execute her proposition. In the same way, the women of Nigeria and women of Africa, we will not need the approval of African men to liberate our children, people, and land. We need to begin to empower our daughters, empower our mothers, empower our wives, because they need to be part of this work as we empower the men. We need to get women empowered because they have their own aspect of this job. You see, that you empower the woman will not disturb your blissful marriage, whether it's a Christian marriage or a non-Christian marriage. If you have a healthy relationship, everyone will understand his or her place, and there will be mutual respect. A married woman does not need to be subjugated. The man and the woman, once there's respect and honor for each one, we will be able to do what we are supposed to do. So any religion that preaches the subjugation of women is not from God, and it's not Christianity either, because you're going to inhibit the full manifestation of women in the society. Exporting women out of Africa for their body is degrading to women. It is slavery. So please, sex traffickers, as we work on liberating our people, begin to look for another job, because time is going to change. All these things we are saying will change. We are not here to, we are informing you. So much is going on the ground. You need to be part of it. You need to get valuable. You need to be useful. You can't be protecting your own daughters and sell our daughters into slavery. These people are upon us. This is war. War is here. There's an emergency, and we need everyone. Everyone is needed. Go ahead, please, Sister Muna.
All right, we'll stop this video here. As you can see, even their little boys that are supposed to be in school, they all now have AK-47. This is how ready they are to take you out, you and your so-called 2023 election.
Please, can you show the next one, because they're already in action? That one was where they were outside going to their venue. Because when we're telling our people that these people are not joking, they're here and they're working for Buhari and Gumi and all of them. They want to take you over. This is not when to discuss you want to go for election or you want to go for this. There's war already, and they have begun. You need to understand it. And what is giving them the right to come to your space is the 1999 Constitution. That 1999 Constitution, if you don't take it out, Buhari will bring his boys to come and destroy you and your land. So it's not something that you live for Tony Nadi. It is not.
And come on here and ask us where is Tony Nadi.
Exactly. They are here.
A lot of people need to mature. Okay. My dear, I like this though, because just like in the Bible, when those Egyptians didn't want to listen and Pharaoh came after them, my dear. Pharaoh will come after our people because they will not hear. They don't get it. They think it's a joke. They think it's about mocking. They think it's coming up here and making mockery of what is going on. We will all pay for our ignorance. That's something about this universe, because I was asking God the other day, I said, so you're watching all these things happen. You don't want to come and destroy. He's like, shut the hell up. I've given you guys all the tools that you need to do the right thing. You chose not to do the right thing. So bear the consequences. That's what is going on. So whether you sit here or pretend like nothing is happening because you went home and got jammed up in traffic and few people got kidnapped, these people are coming. They're already taking your flags down. Your 2023 election, your blood will flow over $1 card or $1 card. It's your choice. It's your choice, people. The good news is that you have the power to say no to all of this. You have the power to turn back the hand of clock. You have the power to make this right. But if you continue to while away in ignorance, pretend like you don't know what the issues are, pretend like you don't know what the solutions are, then you deserve the right to be cut off. It is what it is. So if you find yourself, or if you call yourself an indigenous person, and you find yourself in that failed nation called Nigeria, it is the height of irresponsibility, especially at this point in time. Maybe for years you have not, but at this point in time, is the height of irresponsibility for you not to be highly involved in what is going on and highly involved in the solution that can get us out of these problems. Fakeness ain't gonna do it. Good command of English ain't gonna do it. Your British accent ain't gonna do it. Neither is the American accent going to do it. What would do it is the strategy already on the table, placed by Ninas. God has given us what we wanted. I told you guys last Christmas. Our present was delivered to us a long time ago. We chose not to open it. We chose to pretend that it's an empty box outside when it's our gift. All we are asking you guys is understand the process, and we can stop the likes of Ojus Okano. We can stop the likes of Tinubu. We can stop all of them. I know Peter Obi is hiding in the background. Before you know it, he will come out and pretend to be running for something where he owed all kinds of people. When he's telling you guys he left money for the next governor. He was owing people money, refused to pay for their contracts, refused to pay for a whole lot of stuff so that he can look good as someone who left money behind. My people will be jumping. Yeah, he left some money for the next incoming governor. Hanile, criminals, all of them.
All of
them. At every level.
And the Constitution is the one that is allowing them to do that to you. We can't stop telling you. The Constitution is what, that 1999 Constitution is what will allow Buhari to bring in his boys to come and conquer you. And the response is not to carry machete and bottle and enter inside forests and say, I want to fight Fulanis. That's not the response. The response is to stop them legally. Then you will be able to do the rest of the thing. First thing first, you have to stop them to having legal access to your land. But if you are there funding your pastor, buying cars for your pastor, like my sister Mona said, buying buildings, getting buildings for them, building houses for them, building schools for them. You see, why you refuse your siblings, giving things to your siblings and your parents, even your mother died because you're not taking care of them. Why? Because you're funding your pastors. And then when Fulanis are about to kill you, what happened? They are quiet. They keep quiet. Why are they keeping quiet? Why are these pastors that have funded for over 50 years keeping quiet? The next video we're going to play to you will show you what we want the pastors to be saying. Because on this platform, we don't only point out the problem. We teach you what you should be doing. You are the one that you have been funding your pastors for years. Mbaka, Ebube Monso, G.O., Daddy G.O., Adeboye, Oyedepo, all of them. You have been funding them for years. This is when to get them to do the right thing. It is the right time, is the time for them to declare against their stand, against the 1999 Constitution and the 2023 Fulani election, that we only allow the Fulanis to continue to kill us. It is time for them to make that declaration. It is your responsibility, you listening to us, to go to your pastors. This man is going to give you statistics of the number we have sitting in churches, that if our people will arise to do the right thing now, we will be delivered. But if you are there talking about 2023 election, just like you did the 2015 election, we warned you. You did 2019 election, we warned you. We say if you continue to allow Fulanis to conduct the election in your land, you are only aiding Fulanization. You are only allowing them to be part of Nigeria, and they will use Nigeria to kill Nigerians. But if you do the right thing, you will be saved. There is still opportunity to stop this carnage that is coming, but you must do the right thing. Listen to this man.
Not available anywhere in the world. No church like Redeem, no church like Winners, no church like Mountain of Fire, no church like Chosen, no church like Christ Embassy, no church like Deeper Life in the world. Redeem alone has over 40,000 parishes. Winner alone has 30,000. There are only 10,000 wards in Nigeria where decisions of those who rule these countries are made. So it's not just deliver Nigeria, it should be God. Wake up your church. Talk to your general overseers. The church community is an imprisoned community. Our general overseers have imprisoned us. They must release us, mobilize us, encourage us to go to the grassroots. Politics is grassroots. This is a constitution that put the whole of the country under one tribe. This constitution cannot allow to go. And it cannot change until you change the men at the National Assembly. The men at the National Assembly will not change until you select new people that will replace them. So the church must wake up. And not only church, patriotic Nigerians must wake up in the name of Jesus. And you don't win on social. Only 10,000 wards. And I just mentioned some churches now that have thousands of parishes. Parishes that are docile, that are asleep. You are in the majority, but you are asleep. Minority dominating over you, changing the law. Terrible law. Those laws must be changed. Change your prayer mode. In our church, we don't pray, God said, we don't pray one country. Nigeria is not one nation. That's the first law we told ourselves, one nation. This country is not one nation. This country is many nations tied together by force. We must agree how to be one. We are not saying we are going to divide, but let everyone rule itself.
We are going to divide, Pastor.
And let's meet at the center. Let's be like the United States of America. New York and New Jersey, they are side by side. They have different laws.
All right, we have this video posted on our Facebook page. It's just that, our people are getting the message. It's just that sometimes they misconstrue what they are saying. And that's why he mentioned New Jersey and New York, right? Obviously, he knows about the USA. But he's not using the USA style. In the USA, you will see a professor of law. Then when he's teaching a particular topic that he's not well versed in, he will invite an expert to come speak on it. But my people are so full of themselves that they will take on all kinds of expertise. They are the neurosurgeon, they are the orthopedic surgeon, they are the general surgeon, they are the nurse, they are the CNA, they are the dog, they are the cats. They will never call the expert to speak on the important issues. And this is the danger in what we are doing. That we cannot, go and stand on a podium and speak on issues that we don't have all the information on. And it's even the height of irresponsibility for you not to try to make an extra effort to contact the person who has the expertise on the topic so that he can speak and say based on a conversation with so and so. So here we are with this pastor talking about the 1999 Constitution, how bad it is and all that, so which is good and dandy. But he's mistaken how to solve the problem. He does not know. He thinks this is abracadabra. Oh, I'm a politician before I can be a politician again. God sent me to be a politician because Joseph got to Abraham, Egypt before Munnea got there. That's not even what we are talking about. He doesn't know what the solution is. And this is where our people get confused. Because here you are, you're in a place of authority. You want to speak to your people about an important, this is a very important topic. This topic decides if we live or die in the next 5 years. And you're playing with it. You're speaking about 1999 Constitution and calling the same people that culminated the problem to come and give us solution. You're not a lawyer. You don't know what is needed. That is the constituents that will make constitution. Daddy, which church is that? Daddy Yemi or Femi? Gumi? I don't know who he is. Is the constituent that will make the constitution. So you don't mention 1999 on one side of your mouth and turn around and say, let's elect legislators to go and fix it. My brother, have mercy on yourself now. It's 2021. Can you Google the information before we start speaking from both sides of our mouths and giving our people false information? They are finally listening. What we cannot afford to do is to lead them into evil forests, like the people on the Rogue franchise on their radio broadcast was doing. We cannot afford to lead them that way. If we don't understand the issue, it's about time that we start calling on the people that has the expertise on these issues to provide solutions so we can get where we're going faster. We do want to commend those that are taking the audacity to speak, because people like he mentioned on his audio, video, they are not speaking. At least he's speaking. But what we are asking is that when you do speak, please do not speak from a place of ignorance, because it will mess up the message. We want this message to be direct. We want it to be clear. We want our people are too hungry and they are in distress. They don't have the energy to be listening to any kind of nonsense, false stories. They have been told lies all their lives. We need to be clear and concise in what we are telling our people. It's actually time to take a phone call. If you want to call in and contribute to today's topic, this is a good time. I'm going to post our phone number on the thing. I'm going to post our phone number here, so it will be on the screen. You can call that number as a WhatsApp, or you can call it as a phone. Either way, we will answer. And I'm also going to post the link for to join us. If you want to join us on the screen to give us your 2 cents, that's fine. Don't be afraid, And then if you don't, it's okay. It's equally okay. We're your sisters, we're your mothers. We just want the right thing to be done. We want you to live your best life. That's all. At the end of the day, if you're the only thing that you understand from today is that these sisters just want the best for everyone. Everyone trapped in that indigenous, in that nation called Nigeria, all the indigenous peoples trapped in the nation called Nigeria. That's all this is all about. Nothing more, nothing less. We are not there to take your destiny. We don't want you to worship us. We don't want you to follow us. We don't want you to glorify us. We want you to get up and live your best life. If you're smart in mathematics, we want you to be the best scientist. If you know how to sew clothes in Aba, like Aba people do, we want you to sew the best clothes. We want to profile you on international stage so you can do your best. That's all this is all about. But in order for this to happen, we all have to be involved. We are all stakeholders in this matter. So it's no longer okay for you to come on this platform and say, what is Tony Nadia? What is this one? When you have not contributed anything towards this restoration, self-determination. It's no longer okay. So, like I said, the phone number is on the screen. It's +1 774 338 0942. You can call that as a phone number or say WhatsApp, or the link. I have the link pinned. I don't know how to pin it on YouTube, but I have it pinned on Facebook, and it's also on our StreamYard as well. So you can join us that way. Sister, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, my sister. Somebody made an interesting comment on the wall. Perry Anyamu, he said that Igbo women are the most promoted, that the ones promote religion all over the world. With their money.
Yep.
They pay these pastors, give them cars. Even when their husband buy cars for them, they dash pastor.
Yep.
But the pastors will turn around and promote the Fulanis.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are the politicians that are rocking with. So you see, the Fulanis will not come and kill you and your children. So we are using this platform to appeal to Igbo women. the so-called Igbo Christians. Since you have been paying these pastors, promoting them, cooking food for them, instead of cooking for your husband and your children, like my sister said, giving them your credit cards to run the bill automatically. You've been doing that for years. So they have become like your employee because you're paying them. We're saying use that opportunity to now tell them to say no to 1999 Constitution, to say no to 2023 election, to tell the politicians and the political parties to close shop. Why? That 1999 Constitution is the document that gives the Fulanis, Buhari, Gumi, and those ones you saw that we just showed you, coming with ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, giving them rights over Nigeria and over your land to kill you and other Christians in Zamfara, other Christians in Northwest, in Northeast. So you see what you're doing? With one hand, you think you're funding Christianity. Actually, you are killing Christians. So blood is on your hand. For those of you that say you want to sponsor freedom fighters and some throw in money and they don't know where the money is going to.
Sure.
At the end of it, all these fake freedom fighters, you can hear some now say they want to form party. Ask yourself, what political party do they want to form in this dying minutes? They are working with APC. You heard who was Rike and Bianco no said that they want to work with APC. Have you seen how all these things are linked up? We're still waiting for those that want to call. If you don't call, we'll give our last minute, our final points, because we need to go. However, share this video to your friends, to your pastors, to the politicians, to those social influencers, to our daughters and sisters that are so rich that all they do in this life is sponsor fake pastors. The fake pastors that are working with Fulanis to kill Christians. You saw when Adeboye went to greet El Rufai and praise him. But when our people are killed, you will not hear Adeboye say anything. So please, let's wisen up. Let's wisen up. Let's wisen up. It's time to be wise. It's time to be smart. But if you don't, you know what? We have been hijacked and everybody's marked for death. So it's you that will arise. Not calling Tony Nadi. Tony Nadi has put the template on the floor. Nina's working with it. LNC working with it. All these things are together on the table. It is your responsibility as an adult Nigerian, to go into that proposal, that Nina's proposal, understand it so that you understand the role you need to play. Simple roles here and there, and the job will be done. But if you don't want, you better go and dig the side of the grave that you want to occupy, because it's coming. Go ahead, please, sister.
All right. So while we're waiting for the phone call, we're going to share the take-home points. You actually can see that on the screen. I attempted to say this in Igbo, but some of the big words I tried to translate in my head, and it went abarakataba, so I'm not able to do it. So the 5 demands for the constitutional force majeure that was done on December 16 of 2020. In that 5 demands, we narrated that Nigeria is a disputed project, and the commitment to decommission the repudiated 1999 Constitution, which is the same thing we've been lamenting all along with this, that is a military decree that will continue to kill you until we put it out. And the Fulanis, I feel like the Fulanis are understanding this. Like, they are afraid of this move that we are making. But our people, they have not understood what we need to do. Okay, we have a phone call. Caller, your name and where you're calling from.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
There you go. All right, caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, this is a British calling from Los Angeles.
Welcome, my brother. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to both of you and everybody. I just periodically I find it quite cool as well.
I'm battling with it, my brother.
Well, I'm watching and dealing with your own, and then you have to do what you have to do. And I said I must call because you guys are doing very well. And regardless whether people call or not, they are listening. What you see today is not just because whether people call or this and that, because sometimes you find out that high volume of calls, sometimes they just call you to tell you we are following you. It's not like they're paying attention to what you guys are saying. Okay, but I just want to call in to say that you guys are doing very well. I've been down for some time now, but to God be the glory. He is the one that owns lives and recuperating. But I was part of the presentations today, including the one they were destroying or vandalizing from customs, whatever, in the north. And I said, is this where it ends? You know, you look at the whole situation. You look at what is happening. I don't know why people cannot tell themselves the truth. We are beginning to see a lot of people rise up now. The ones they say they're going into 2023. You're looking at what is this Jagaban of Lagos? Looking at it, that kind of human being that is coming out for presidency. You're looking at you look, and then you begin to, honestly speaking, you begin to be sorry for this country called Nigeria. Because the truth is right, sitting in front of us. So for whatever reason, people want to manipulate it. People want to, bring in distractions. I don't know if you guys witnessed the one that Pat, Tommy, and Co. All of them were gathered.
Dead men walking. That's what it is. Coming back.
Criminals.
I mean, these people are shameless. These people are shameless. Before you know it, they will tell you. You can narrate stories. They can tell you stories of when Julius Caesar started fighting for freedom, and the Roman. There's nothing he cannot tell you because for whatever reason he had privilege to be paid. His school fees was paid, and he acquired some of this information. But for that man to tell himself the truth, looking at what is happening in that construction, nobody is moving forward. Nobody is moving backward. It's just, they're just playing with the lives of generations to come. And you begin to wonder, sometimes I say to myself, what am I fighting for? Because the earth, the earth, the entire earth and everything belongs to the God. He has planted us here to continue with our legacy. And even though we are saying these things because we can see how people are supposed to live their lives. It's not like we are looking for anything different, but rather what we are seeing happening here is what we desire to be happening in our own place.
Yes.
That's the only thing we are asking for. There are all these barbarians, all these apes. Now, honestly speaking, when you truly look at these people, there's nothing short of them than apes. Because wherever the education that was paid for them were all waste. How can somebody be talking about 2023?
Hey, How
can somebody be talking about 2023 when they have seen that whatever constitution they are using today, it's a recipe for disaster. No moving forward, no backwards. All people are doing is just getting by every day. Nobody's accountable. I saw this video that was shared, I believe it was Zephyr that shared it, about the British Prime Minister, how he was being held accountable. Everybody talking to him and giving out their hearts and how they feel about his behavior. But then you look back in our place, you begin to wonder, and you truly hold these people accountable. Nobody can be held accountable. Nobody whatsoever.
They are all babas.
And barbarians, my dear. Barbarians. So when you look at the whole thing, all I can say is continue the message in the sense that faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word. And I hope that the people, the youth that claim that their future is tomorrow, but we have seen how their future is now, that everybody is a comedian. So you begin to look at a society where everybody is a comedian. Even when serious things are happening, they are playing comedy with it. You begin to see people, you will think that common sense flowing in their brain. And when we say things like this, they turn around and say, oh, they're talking somehow. But believe me, these people are nothing short of apes. Nothing short of apes. Looking at the lineup of all the so-called presidential candidates today, David Umahi, a murderer, is coming. And yet he has not given account of 5 engineers in Ebony State that nobody knew where they are today. The families are crying out. Nobody has given account of those engineers. And this is not like it's a blues. This is a reality. This is something that happened. That is coming out to declare to you his intention to run for presidency. And now, you tell me, if that kind of person happened to become then you know what is going to be happening. So, I just want to let you know that when you say people to call in, I'm listening. A lot of people, I can tell you a whole lot of people are listening. It's just that people cannot rise up and stand for the truth. Simple truth. What is wrong with the Minas project? What is wrong? Okay, I was listening to Alexander Madiebo. He said that any Igbo man who is coming out for 2023 looking for presidency is not an Igbo man. That was just a quick conclusion. Then he went ahead to say that no problem of the Igbo can anymore. Yeah, the only difference is that the Igbos are the ones that are identifying that there is a problem. And then he asked if all these people that are suffering, all these people that are marginalized, all these people that are going through this will all come together to say enough of this. Then there will be something happening.
Yep.
The problem is that all these people that are suffering are not yet to deliver themselves from the problem. Even as much as this Minas project is very clear, very, very simple to understand, very easy, you still people fooling around. The other day, Dele Mahmoud is coming out to be president. Okay? I mean, these are some of the people when I hear him talking, I consider him a human being. I think he has some kind of humanity in him. But for him to even come out to say that he's coming out for 2023 tells it all. Because by now, everybody should be talking about
they are all pregnant. They need to keep it full at every point in time. All of them.
Yes. And they know they are not going out there to do nothing, but to play the streets of their slave masters. You know, that's all they're doing. But if people are truly thinking about becoming free, people becoming free, I don't see anything wrong in getting involved in this NINAS project, a collective effort. First of all, to let us see that constitution. We say we are Nigerian, yes, okay. Let us see what we are using to govern ourselves. Mm-hmm. I think that's the starting point. Mm-hmm. That is the starting point. Let us see. Let us take a look at this constitution that stops for development. There are so many items there that denies people from building industries, doing all kinds of things that brings prosperity in society. So what is wrong with people saying, okay, if we say we are Nigeria, let's come together. Let's come together and take away this nonsense that was fabricated and put, and for a long time people are swearing allegiance to it. What is wrong with that?
Right. Thank you, my
brother. I don't know what to say, but I want to commend you people. Continue your work. God in heaven knows that you have done your best. You're doing your best. You cannot do it alone. It requires people to stand up.
Yep.
And be a part of this process.
Yep.
Thank you very much, my sisters.
Thank you. Thank you.
Get well soon. I'm getting well here. And,
thank you.
We'll be okay.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And this is what we're saying here. If we understand this process, we'll end all of these things like at the snap of the finger. And you waiting for Tony and asking for Tony, you're the one delaying this movement. You're the one delaying this movement. Understand the process. And you asking, stop talking on in social media, this and this. It's you that is causing this. It's you that is delaying the project. Because if you understand the process, you know Jules Okano should not be on the street talking. We have mentioned for parties to close shop. Close shop, close shop, close shop. We must start with a time-bound transitional government so that the ethnic nationalities will conduct their regional referendums to decide whether to commit or to recommit or abandon the union. Understand the process, y'all. If you do, you will not be sharing Tinubu's card in the market square. If you do, you will not be collecting a bag of rice from anyone else. You will tell them to close shop because we need to make a constitution by the constituents that can literally be an instrument to run the federation if that's what we want. We cannot emphasize this enough. Understand the process and we'll get home soon. Understand the process. No Appian way. You're not going to cheat yourself out of this. You're not going to obtain a fake degree and be gallivanting all over with it, pretending like you're all that. That ain't gonna do it. Understand the process so that we can go. Sister, go ahead.
Thank you so much. And thank you, viewers. Thank you, my brother Bidi. Thank you, everyone, sharing. This work we're doing it together is a teamwork. And remember, we are a majority. You that you go to church, we are majority. So why are we allowing a minority to dominate over us? It does not make sense. The NINAS proposition is on the table. That's the way forward. NINAS, we play a supervisory role. NINAS has put it on the table. They created the templates. So we don't want people when they say, oh, Nigeria 1999 is constitution is bad. And they will run off and start conjuring one stupid thing or the other. Please stop wasting our time trying to reinvent the wheel. The template is on the table. Study it. It's in the public space. Study the leader's proposition. Understand your place in it. Nobody will be marginalized. We keep saying it. Even if as a people, you are just 60,000, you will be protected. That thing, there's no minority, there's no majority in the leader's proposal. Everybody will get their self-determination. In Nigeria, we are majority. We that want to live are majority. Those that want to kill us are minority. We can do this, guys. Is there any call?
Yes. Okay, caller, please make it snappy only because we are running out of time. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm very happy for the wonderful job you guys are doing. I called in last year and put in some ideas. There is a topic you mentioned about religion that is very, very important. I want to stress a little bit about. We are fighting a system and not individual. This system is really holding everybody hostage. Even the Fulanis, the Fulanis who are the minorities, most of them are suffering. Hausas are suffering. Yorubas are suffering. Igbos are suffering. But they don't want to understand that is a system that is holding everybody down. We have 3 institutions: family, school, and the churches. These 3 institutions have to unite and fight this system. We mention of Christianity or the churches. They are not playing their part. They are not playing any role. They are the one that finances some of these politicians.
Mm-hmm.
They pray for them. They give them their candidates. You move to the other group, traders. These traders who are crying, even they are killing them in the market squares, and the same traders will unite and finance a candidate who will be there to give them these pains and suffering they are going through. Are you talking of the transporters? For instance, most of the Imo State transporters, they are forming group, both Abia State, Enugu, all these groups, they support politicians. Now, these are the groups we are talking to. These are the groups we should need to understand that we are fighting a system. We need to deactivate them, not to unite, not to be part of this particular system. Because if the political parties don't receive traders union support, transporters, workers union, then the churches, who then is behind the politicians? Nobody. They will fail. And these are the people who are outside it every day to promote them. If they should back off from today, you see this will change automatically. But they don't play their role. In the churches, we need to let our people know that they have to make sure they have a skill. Even if you are a graduate, you don't have a skill, you are nobody. You won't achieve nothing. Powers of pastors cannot change you. Even prayers or fasting cannot change your system, cannot change the situation for you, just as you rightly said. People should understand the truth and the reality. If you don't work, you cannot earn a living. There is no way magic or miracle can do that. Therefore, this system we are fighting, let the entire tribes rise and understand that they need to face the reality and the truth. Many of the elders, moreover the southerners, they are feeling superior. They are feeling that they are being ignored because they are not doing the right thing. Therefore, everyone has to rise at this particular time. Understand that this system, 1999 Constitution, is a system, is a pillar on which these politicians lean on to perpetuate everyone under this poverty.
Yes.
Therefore, let has to rise. Let women, mostly our women, tell their pastors, please rise. Let's go outside there and march. Let's go to local government. Let's go to state houses. Let's go to General Assembly. Let's go to the Senate. All these areas. And then let the schools, children, let them march on the field, on the road. And let the families talk to their children. Let families rise. Mother, father. These are the institutions we need to fight this war. What you are doing there is enlightenment, is information. If these people cannot, or people cannot use this information to do the rightful thing, we will still remain where we are. There's no solution if there is no process. The solution is everybody has to rise. For you to leave the church, you have to go back to school or have 3 months to 2 months to skill. Do something to help yourself and not going for a pastor for fasting and prayer. That does not work and can never work. And it is not even the system. If God wants to bless you, He has to bless you where you are walking. All the 12 apostles were chosen from their places of work, not in their houses, not in the churches.
Right.
Read the Bible and mention, tell me how many places God mentioned the churches. No, it could be 1 or 2. The union of believers could be any place in your home. So let the 3 institutions, family, school, churches, to rise and make use of this piece of information you people are giving every Saturday. You are preaching, you are prophets, you are pastors. If we fail to use all these things to help ourselves, we will continue to be where we are.
Yes.
2023 election will never hold and cannot hold.
He said, thank you, my brother.
The 2023 election cannot hold. I know that persons like Babangida, they are working day and night to make sure that the 1999 Constitution should never be changed. This 1999 Constitution are what the cabals formed to defend themselves and to defend their hierarchy. After you, me, after me, you, after you, your turn, after that is group. And we have to diffuse those groups by bringing down this constitution. And bringing down the constitution means that we have to resist it. We have to resist. Don't get tired. Even what your people are doing.
Oh, no.
Don't get tired. Keep on talking. Keep on talking. Then organize a place where you will bring in Yoruba women, Hausa women from all over. Let us know how to lobby. Speak in Yoruba, speak in Hausa. Let your word reach to the remotest part of Africa, Nigeria.
Thank you, my brother.
Nobody will say I did not hear. Thank you very much.
Your name, brother. Your name, please, brother. Your name, please.
My brother, what's your name?
I'm Anya Perry from Michigan.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, brother.
You know, and this is what we're saying. We will never relent. So I don't know if you guys have seen, try to go and take a baby monkey from the mother after she gave birth. My dear, even with blood, she will come after you. We are not relenting. We're not
you know what he said is what they did in Chile 2020. Chile stood on the street, occupied everywhere, the whole year.
Yes.
The whole year.
Yes.
Asking for their military constitution to go down. And it went down because they went to referendum.
Oh, by the way, they have a new president, young 33-year-old president.
This is work. This is work. But we're saying you cannot be running inside bush with a machete and bottle without a process. No. You will fall into anarchy. You will open door for evil people. You must follow a process. And the process, the template for the process is on the table. Thanks to Ninas. Thanks for people that thought it 21 years ago to begin to work on this thing. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Go ahead, Sister Mona. Thank you.
Dear, I am so excited. You know, we are not going anywhere. I don't care if 1% or 0.00% is watching. No person is watching us. We're not going anywhere. Because for years, we thought somebody was doing something. So we are going to be doing something until every ear, Monday, Gente, my people that have wax and eardrum rupture, everyone hears this good news. There is a way out and it's not dependent on God. It's not dependent on your Bible. It's not dependent on your midweek service. It's dependent on you taking on ownership of this process and making sure that it comes to fruition. And you can be in America selling body parts here and still be living in a place with electricity and lights. I mean, and water and hospital. Not everybody that lives in America is righteous.
No.
But even the unrighteous people are enjoying good things.
Exactly.
So why do we have to leave God to do this for us when we have a process on the table? Follow the garden process so we can get where we're going. Sit in your comfort of your own home and come on the platform. One person watching you, where is studying? Where is this, my dear? That's your abracadabra ain't gonna work.
No.
You must queue in and join the process.
Yep.
So we have spent a lot of time today. We'll be back next week. We are not going anywhere. We will annoy you. We will call your names, whether I mean Azab that the GO or Jews or Kano, or every person that is carrying on criminality in our country in the name of politicking, you will be called out.
Yep.
And your time is up.
Yes.
Your time is up. Very soon, these children that are eating body parts will come and eat your body because you created all these problems.
Yep.
You created all these problems. They are wasting their time now collecting 1 million from traders. If they are smart, they should collect 10 billions from politicians and pick all of them up.
Exactly.
Pick all of them up, and it's called wealth distribution.
Imagine kidnapping Ojus Okalo. It's 1 billion now. You ask him for 1 billion. Why are you
take him and ask for 1 billion? Take all that money from him. He's not doing anything with it. He's using it to run for election. Pick all of them up, and all these things will end.
Or kidnap Achiwaju or Tifunibu or whatever and get all the money you're looking for. You're working
you guys are stupid. Stop eating body parts and get to work and knock on the doors of people that are holding you down.
Yes.
People that are buying 27 houses when you cannot eat 1 meal. You know them. They're out there gallivanting.
Yeah, they are wasting my time.
You're there wasting time acting like your mothers have to come on the radio to start shouting what to do. You know what to do. Listen to those voices whispering to you in the middle of the night to go make a change. Go make a change.
Exactly.
Stop kidnapping people and eating body parts.
Wasting time.
So, good news coming up next week. I am going to play this thing here. So in order to allow our people, because everybody, even here in life, everybody wants something for something, which is not always a good thing, but that's what their brain understands. So coming up next week, we are going to be giving a 1,000 Naira recharge card. By the way, it's not stolen. It's not from all your money. It's not from a limping leg. It's not from a wheelchair. Hard work. Our hard work. Anyone that will answer the question of the week correctly coming up next week, you will win 100 Naira. What is this? 1,000 Naira recharge card. And we have it sorted out. You just have to provide your number and somebody will text you the recharge card. The first person to answer. So that means you have to be engaged. So this is an opportunity to make sure you're listening to what we're saying. You're taking this whole process seriously because we need to go home. Yep. This is our little contribution to get you on board so we can go home. So literally you can be sitting in your bedroom listening to Daughters of Truth and voila, at the end of this show, you will get 1,000 Naira recharge card. So here is
so that you can watch some more. So they can watch some more and watch things that will improve your brain. That's the end. Not for you to go and watch a body of women. No. For you to watch things that will improve your brain.
Amen. Uh-oh. Where's the voice? Okay, hold on. The thing is not playing how we want it to play. And thanks to our little ones, when we tell you that all our family members are involved in what we're doing, it's not a joke. They want to see a change. They want a better future for people trapped in that contraption called Nigeria. They are interested. They come up with this idea for us to encourage you guys so that we can get home faster. We are not kidding. They want to go home. They want our place to be in a nice place. They love who we are. They love what we do. They love everything about us, and they want a safe place for all our people. So we are not kidding here, okay?
Hello, viewers. Welcome to the program. We are so excited to have you, and thank you so much for joining us in our quest for a better tomorrow.
We are giving away 1,000 Naira airtime or recharge data to the first person to answer the question of the week correctly. Who will be our lucky winner? Please join us.
Please join us. Who will be our lucky winner? Please join us.
Yes.
Join us so that you can get what is deserving, so that if you answer the questions correctly, if you actually make a wonderful contribution, you can actually get that recharge card. So we'll see you guys next week. And thank you so much for joining us, and remain safe. Please help us to share this information. Help us. We have so much videos out there that if you want to understand every portion of all these things concerning NINAS LNC is out there for you. There is also the NINAS website, www.ninasvoice.org. It's all out there. There's the NINAS radio. NINAS has a radio on YouTube.
Yeah.
Log in to hear some of the information. If we understand what we need to do, we will get home faster.
Now, Daughters of Truth websites.
Yes, and the Daughters of Truth website, the Daughters of Truth, the Daughters of Truth, THE, the Daughters of Truth .org, daughtersofTruth.org. We go there, we loaded our video in one place for you so that you're not looking for it. So all these things are part of what we're doing. Work is going on. We thank the Daughters of Truth in our land, people doing the work. Good job, kudos. We thank you for your fantastic work this past holiday. Our sisters did not rest. When you guys were eating rice and drinking alcohol, our sisters were trekking every nook and cranny of the villages to inform our women of what we need to do. People are understanding. They understand that when you take a recharge card, you're selling your son's future. And before you know it, he will be 20 selling body parts. They don't want that for their children. So our sisters are understanding and they're doing the work. So if you are truthful, not fake, we don't want any fake person.
No.
If you feel like humanity deserves best, if you feel like you can give without getting back in return, because that's who we are looking for. We don't want people that they want to do one and get one. No, if you want to give and just expect God's blessings, you are part of Daughters of Truth. If you will tell the truth, even when it's inconvenient to you, you are Daughters of Truth. You're a daughter of truth. If you will speak up to your pastor, go up to your pastor and compel him to tell the people the truth, you are one of us. So please go there. So go on our website. There's a membership form there that you can fill up. There's a volunteer. Our men is an opportunity for you to volunteer to be part of the process. You can go out there. There's also opportunity for donations. We've been giving to people buying jets, giving to people lying to us, giving to people wearing colorful suits up and down all the time. And for the first time, don't you think it's time that you give for your freedom, for your true freedom? So the same thing, Nina's website, please, whenever you can get there, $1 will take anything counts at all. Everything going from one place to one location to another costs money. And people that are doing this work, they are so entrenched into this work, they are not working full-time jobs. So we are supporting them.
Yeah.
We need that. We need you guys to help us continue this job. And it's not okay for you to come up here and be asking us questions when you have not done your part. If you have done your part and you want to ask us questions, yes, please come on. But you don't, no question about Nina's protocol. But for you to start, why haven't you done this, done that? That's what we're referring to. If you haven't done your part, you have not earned the opportunity to ask us those kind of questions. So we will see you guys next week. Please remain safe. We will get this work done. We are mothers. We will end this madness. Orji Sokano will not be our president. The dead Tinubu or whatever he called himself will not be our president. The Hall of Shame president or Obasanjo will never nominate anybody else for us. Everything forest. He's not going to bury anything anymore. If we know what to do, we will stop the madness. So have a wonderful day, my people.